And so now we're actually going to jump to Arthur Hakel, who has, is that how you pronounce it? Hakel or Hackle?
Something like that. I think it's Hakel. It's German. I don't
Okay.
know.
Hey,
Hakel.
it's your character. So,
I'm saying Hakel.
okay. Then Hakel it is. Okay. Anyways, and so we're going to jump to you. And you and Dr. Jack Breach got separated from the others, rushing down the path, the corridors with the others, but were unable to keep up as the doors were going down into lockdown as the contamination procedures went underway. As you've said in the past, you watched the stream, so you know what occurred. I won't go into deep details. People can watch episode 5 if they want to be fully updated. So I don't want to slow things down because this is a pivotal moment for Spencer. And I want to drag out his impending doom if it comes to that. But, so your character is in a tense situation because you're trying to get all the doors open. But now you're not expecting, at first you're thinking, I'm not in a super hurry for this. But then your allies get in combat. And you can tell by the communication that it starts going south quick. Like very quickly it went south. So you started rushing through trying to open the doors between you and them. And so that will be a repair roll to basically hotwire the doors and to basically circumvent the contamination protocols and hotwire the doors open. So now I won't make you do a repair roll for every single set of doors. We're just going to roll a blanket repair roll to see how well you do in getting to your allies. Now you're going to get to your allies no matter what. It's just how well you do this determines when you get there. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, all right, because we're picking up literally the round that we ended last game. So, all right.
Which I believe was Spencer waiting to get Benny's so he could.
Yes, and Cliff just unloading all his clip into the synth agent to make sure it was dead. Yes. So,
I was going to ask, is there a computer bank that I could use to just reverse the lockdown sequence and open all the doors at the same time instead of?
You can try. The hacker already tried that. Oh no, that's right. Shaun already tried that from inside the door controls, and he figured out that once the contamination sequence began, contamination lockdown began, that it's basically something you cannot turn around, and it's basically just it's locked down for 4 hours set.
Okay.
It's basically set that way that there's no way anyone infected could get out. You cannot. Okay. So, yeah, it's basically hardwiring or nothing. So hot wiring or nothing. Yeah.
All right. Just straight
repair roll. Just depending on how well you do determines when you'll get there.
All right.
If you want me to be more clear on what this means, I'd be glad to.
Well, I mean, I got a raise, so I assume.
A raise is good. Raise means that you'll actually you and Dr. Jack Breach will come through the doors above them on this map. Right on this turn. On this battle map on this turn. With a raise.
Okay, so does that mean we are in the room?
You'll appear on this battle map, the door they came in through on a raise. Okay. So
I don't see a battle map.
That's fine. I'll share it in a second. Called? Yeah. All right. Okay. So for let's see. Let me make sure I had to modify this one so it'll be under modified maps. Okay, so you can open that link there.
I just found it in the list.
Yeah, so open that link there and it'll... And let me... actually, I should have handed out bennies before you did that. Because you could have used Benny on that, but you got a raise anyways. Okay. So... let's hand out bennies. Okay, so let's hand out player bennies, and let's put you in the party sheet, because you need to be put back in the party sheet. and let's get all this underway. Reset adventure cards. Reset bennies.
We don't need to reset the GM bennies, though. It's fine.
Automatically does it, unfortunately. I've actually had some discussions recently with the Savage Worlds Discord about how I can use GM bennies in different ways, so I'm not totally using them just on NPCs, constantly killing you. Using them for different kind of things. So, essentially using them more like GM intrusions in Cypher System. So, to try to make combat more flow differently and more interesting, and also in non-combat type stuff. So, alright, so, because I feel like bennies aren't used for enough things. Ezra Steele, thanks for joining here, buddy. Ahoy, ahoy. Oh, don't worry about that roll struggle, buddy. No problem, buddy. So you guys hear the doors swoosh open above you as Dr. Breach and Arthur Hakel arrive, but they're still like just a couple corridors above you. And so we'll go to Aston real quick. So Aston, you're standing over the body of the synth, and you've just unloaded and just pumped like lead all in this the synth agent, and you expect Shaun just to get up. Sorry, you expect Spencer just to get up, because he just took a fist, right? He just took a hit with like a backhanded slap, and you're like, okay, he should be getting up by now. And then you look at the ground closer, and there's a pool of blood, and he apparently landed on the back of his skull.
Oh, jeez. Radio over. Levi, are you alive?
You hear Levi's communicator go off, but you see his feet in the corner, hanging off the edge of the stairs. He's laying flat on the ground. You hear Dr. Jack Breach and Arthur Hakel coming down the corridor. If you want to, Matt, y'all can go ahead and move. You can actually put tokens. Actually, let me put you on the comment tracker. That way you can put. We don't have to worry about tokens. I guess we can if we want to, but it ain't that big of a deal. But if you want to, you're welcome to. So we'll just worry about yours though.
Not sure how to put a token.
You just drag it from the combat tracker onto the map.
Yeah, if I hear them approaching.
Yeah.
Doc, your timing is quite serendipitous. The boy is... he may be dead.
Okay, so I'm assuming the doc will rush over. So I'm going to say, though, in this amount of time... Will one other roll have happened? You know what? Since he got that raise in that repair roll, getting over here, I will say that the doc can make an attempt to heal him. So I will actually pull out the character sheets and see how that goes. It should go amazingly well, considering the doc is amazing at healing. Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Look at that.
Nice.
Okay. And he's still wounded, too. Okay. So that means that you actually gain... Wow, you actually gain... Oh, that's just a wound. That's just a heal to stabilize you. So you're stabilized. So now you're just stabilized. So that's good. Your avatar isn't visible?
Yeah, I mean, it's just some sort of generic gray thing.
Yeah, that's weird. I'll fix it.
Yeah. That's not a big deal.
Spencer, are you okay?
Am I conscious?
Are you conscious? You're stabilized now. So,
Okay.
with that roll, sure, I'll say Dr. Jack Breach gets you conscious. Because that was an amazing roll. I'll say Dr. Jack Breach gets you conscious.
Okay, so I'm probably in a shit ton of pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
so.
Got knocked unconscious, punched in the face. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
just sitting there like, holding my head. God.
Yeah, you're definitely not feeling the best.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, somebody turn off the lights. It hurts.
All right, he's fine. Go look at Levi.
Like, all right. Oh,
Doc
Yeah.
goes over, Dr. Jack Breach goes over and, like, you know, messes with the spectacles and, like, Levi is actually stabilized. So, and, right? I'm correct in that? Okay. All right. So, yeah, so Levi has stabilized. So you guys can actually be moved. And Dr. Jack Breach says, he says, look, guys, if you guys are done here, then these guys can get moved and we can get out of here. Did you guys finish up?
Yes.
Out of character, I cannot recall, actually, as the GM. Did you guys take care of the... Are you for certain that you took care of the problem?
I
So
am
we-
unconscious,
Yes.
so I don't.
I'm actually basically asking Aston then.
Yeah. So
Well, and Spencer. Spencer. Cause
Spencer shot the computer system all up with the rifle.
You shot at it.
I don't know what I hit.
Well, so Shane actually said that we destroyed the monitor that he shot at.
Yes.
That's as far as it went.
I used those words.
Yep.
Didn't the assassin activate it remotely though, or something? After you
Well, the
guys
assassin...
got-
Okay, so I'll describe the scene, Matt. You see, Arthur sees a synth agent of some kind with bullets and bloody mess all on the ground. And it's as you described, probably a synth drone manipulated by someone else, probably given orders. And it's here on the ground, been shot all to pieces. Looks like the crew handled it.
Okay, well, Arthur will try to access a computer to see if he can find out if the signal is still going out.
That's smart. I like it.
All right, cool. Sweet. Okay. Then, for that, just to see if an signal's coming out, electronics roll with a +2 bonus. You're just checking to see if a signal's going out. So,
Yep.
+2 bonus. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's still a signal going out.
We haven't stopped it, you guys.
Because shooting monitors doesn't destroy computers.
Well,
Spencer, are you up to some hacking to see if you can find out where it's coming from?
I mean, there's a whole big computer array there. I mean, you
No.
could just shoot more stuff. I mean, but it's like a massive computer array. He shot like one monitor. But
here, let me try this. And I'm just gonna step on her face. Just stomp.
okay.
Did it work?
Well, she has a human skull, so
Perfect.
so it's
Cat.
gonna take some smashing. You know, if you want to like, are you trying to like break her skull in, or are you just trying to see if she
I
dies?
definitely am.
Okay. Make a strength check? Oh yeah, it's your athletics work.
No,
Yeah, so
I'm just resting my
It's
foot
gonna
on
be
it.
so hilarious. You got a critical failure. Slipped in the blood and fell. All right. So you're slamming your
wow.
foot down on top of her, and she's. You're confident that she's dead. I mean, if that's what you're going for, but if you're going for mutilation, I mean, you're getting it, but you're not breaking any skull. So.
Just lightly caressing her face with my foot.
I mean, you're not like American History Exeter or anything, if that's what you're going for. So
That was the intention, but
Yeah.
it didn't work.
yeah.
Arthur is going to head over to the big computer array the machinery, whatever's going on.
Yes.
And he is essentially going to like just start disconnecting things to
Right.
cut the power, etc.
Right.
Removing
Okay.
stuff.
I would say to start disconnecting things, cut the power, like going into the systems and just like start like going in there and actually like breaking the computer open and like pulling things out and like figuring out where to like disconnect power. That'd be repair. Yeah.
Okay. That's what he's doing. And he's going to Benny that.
First Benny of the day.
There we go.
You feel confident that you have completely disassembled this computer array enough that it would take a while for someone to put it back together, like a while, and you could do even more so by just taking the components with you.
I mean, are there any useful ones?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just collect spare parts for the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just put them on your sheet as spare electronic components.
Okay.
Out of character, is Spencer still bleeding out?
No, I just took away the incapacitated condition.
Okay.
You should be good now. Oh, I didn't take the bleeding out condition. There you go.
Yeah, so while Arthur's doing that, I'm just going to collapse down on the ground next to Spencer.
Nice. Nice. Oh, by the way, Shaun, I need you to send me that the picture of the image you used for the portrait, so I can make it into a token.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I.
Yeah, right now you're just a basic S. Okay, so what do you guys do next? Do you guys get up and just you basically, or do y'all want to check out that silo-looking thing?
I think I'm drooling on the floor, right?
Well, no, the doc is helping you.
Yeah, how long? Well, he's stabilized. So, will y'all want to wait it out until he gets better, or do y'all want to just pick his body up and leave, or what?
So,
see what
in general, about how long you think it took for Arthur to be able to disassemble everything?
15 minutes.
That's enough time for him to wake up.
Yeah.
Little smelling
I'm
salts underneath the nose.
I'm checking the natural healing.
If there are more office chairs, maybe we could make some sort of rolling gurney.
Each temp requires 10 minutes. Yeah. Each temp requires 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, he could actually make a healing attempt on you, actually, in that time period. So he can do that on both of you. Both the people who are wounded.
Yeah, let's get the captain up and running before we worry about anything else, would be my opinion.
Good to me.
This is first to the captain. Alright, so you get let's take away. Oh, the captain does he have any wounds?
Yeah. I got 3 or
It just shows that you're shaking.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
you have
weird.
any wounds.
Oh no,
It's
I see him. I see him now. Okay. We'll take away 2 wounds. Alright.
that means I have 1 still, right?
Yep. And now we get one more for Spencer. If y'all wait around another 5 minutes. 2 wounds for Spencer. What about Aston? Do y'all want to stick around for Aston to try to get a healing roll?
All right, I mean, I'm not going to press the issue if by the time those 2 get healed, if Arthur's done doing what he's doing, I'll just hobble along.
I mean, that's waiting 30 minutes for everyone.
It's 10 minutes per healing check, so total of 30 minutes. Yeah.
I think that's wise. We don't know what else we might discover. I mean, we should be safe, but better safe than sorry. I think we should wait for Aston.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel like anybody's terribly, other than Spencer, is in a terrible hurry to get out of here after we've taken care of synthetic lady.
I guess while they're doing the healing, Arthur will investigate this electronic implant, the cyber implant on the assassin.
What is that? Two raises?
Nice.
That is 4 raises. Sorry, 3 raises.
Yeah, 3.
You are back to full. Y'all have the best healer you could have. You're gonna hate to
For
see
the
him
next-
go.
Next two or 3 seconds.
Yes. Yeah, after this game, it's gonna get a lot harder. All right.
So while he's investigating that, I would be on the comms and basically reaching back out to Dale
Yeah.
Yes.
and
Okay.
like get a, Dale, what do we have a status report of what's going on? Have you regained control of the building?
He says, oh yeah, I'm able to get control of the building now. Unfortunately, though, that containment lockdown, I'm not gonna be able to solve that. Can't reverse that, unfortunately. So I'm gonna need we're gonna need administrative controls and multiple administrative passcodes to get over that one. So, and there's just no way to get over that one with any kind of like what do you call it, keyboard magic. So
Didn't
he
you say
says,
that there was some timer on that?
Yep, 4 hours. 4 hours minimum. So
And what's the clock at now?
3 hours.
3 hours to go?
Yes, sir. Well, you want to be specific? 2 hours and 48 minutes.
No, thank you, Dale.
32 seconds.
Okay, yep, I get it. Yep.
You're welcome.
Probably hotwire the doors if we want to get out earlier than 3 hours.
Yeah, you do remember when you came in that she had done this technique before because the doors were jammed slightly open because soldiers were trying to escape, and that you had saw gun turrets had been used to kill soldiers. So this technique had been used before to kill soldiers in mass numbers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Matt could get you out of here with his repair skills and hot wiring doors. So,
Well, I mean, as of right now, everybody's alive, conscious, stable, and unless there's a leak of these bugs or something, are we like, what's the problem in just sitting here for a few hours?
Well, I guess it's going to depend on what Arthur finds in that silo.
Right. I'll go. Yes. Arthur was investigating the assassin's
yes, make a science roll.
cybernetic implant.
I'm assuming you're investigating the whole guy.
You know what? I'm going to Benny that because
Been in those early.
Hey Shane, you said I dropped one more wound.
You should have dropped 2 wounds, in fact.
2 wounds. Okay.
Yes.
So I only have 1. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So, is there any specific information you're trying to find, Arthur?
well, she was receiving seemingly instructions from outside.
Okay.
So theoretically, there should be some sort of computer chip in there, maybe information stored. I mean, he may not be able to get anything here, but
Sure.
he can take chip back.
Okay. All right.
He'll
So first
define
off,
her instructions.
all right. So they know kind of what you're going for. All right. So first off, she does have a. I gave this to you guys mostly to throw you a bone, but there's a thing on the back of her skull, the base of her skull, that's mostly hidden by her hair. That is some kind of cybernetic implant-looking thing. It runs up along the spine of her neck and head. This is a apparently multi-use device. If she had activated it, it would be a brain bomb. But you took her out before she activated it. So thank goodness
thing
for
we
that.
didn't
It
shoot
basically would have worked just like the ones that the insects had, bugs had, but on a larger scale. She probably could have flattened the whole bug lab. But you guys took her out before she did it. It looks like implanted inside that is a series of data chip protocols that basically just like they're if and when scenario type things. Essentially, she was basically programmed to act as a assistant until certain protocols were met, and then she was uploaded with new orders. She was basically just activated at that point. She's completely vat grown, which means that she's essentially have you ever watched Altered Carbon or something? She's basically a sleeve, if that makes any sense. She's not really a person, if you want to define it that way. I mean, it depends on how you define a person, I guess. But she's grown in a lab, and she's meant to look like a Savannah Holmes, assistant Savannah Holmes. And that's pretty much her whole entire purpose was to replace Savannah Holmes and perform her functions until she was activated.
Are there any serial numbers or corporate logos or anything on
There's definitely no corporate logos, but there is a serial number, sure.
Okay. Arthur would grab that.
And that would require like dissecting the compartment or whatever and getting it out. But since you rolled science, so that you do so well, and I'll just say you did that as part of your, you're breaking it open and all that stuff. So, all right.
Okay.
And the bomb, you said the bomb is part of it, or are they two separate things?
Bomb is a component inside that thing, but you can't take it out.
Can or can't?
You can.
Okay.
And Arthur, are you sharing all of your findings and everything with everybody as you're doing this? Are you like narrating as you're like...
Pretty much. So there's a bomb here. Glad that didn't go off.
It's essentially the equivalent of a Shadowrun's cranium bomb.
Yeah.
Except on a larger scale. It's a cranium bomb, and Shadowrun's meant to take out the person. This is meant to basically go off and destroy an area.
Well, we should definitely take that with us. That could come in useful.
It could.
Is it remote activated?
You would have to change it. You would have to modify it. At this point, you believe, okay, so Arthur believes that she would have triggered it by a protocol inside her own brain. Her own synaptic activity inside her own vat-grown brain. But you believe that you could modify it with a repair roll to be triggered via like any other sort of trigger mechanism.
Okay, but it wouldn't necessarily at this point receive like frequency from an outside source.
Yeah, unless someone collected her brain right now.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah.
That's the part I was worried about, is somebody else still blowing us up.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to scoop out her brain to be certain of it, though, and make sure it's destroyed. But, I mean, Aston already tried to do that, but
I'm working on it.
Tried to smash it with his feet, but
and did you investigate the silo area or no?
I don't think anyone has yet.
No, we haven't gotten over there yet.
Okay. So while he's doing all this and narrating everything through, what I would like to do is a general walk around this area into the areas we haven't really explored yet, like into like this barracks area. A look through here, and generally just looking to see, is anything standing out as noteworthy, out of the ordinary, something that would catch my eye just in passing, not really digging through cabinets, compartments, anything like that.
I mean, it looks like all these computers and stuff like that are just used for various bug research and R&D. These things in here are just used for the testing of that the thing that he was working on, to make them want to, do the dance of no pants. It's nothing is really jumping out at you. No,
nothing in like the barracks area either. And that
you can make a notice roll in the barracks area, sure, to search the area.
Do you want me to do it for each area? I thought it
No,
was
just
a
make a
general
blanket notice roll for this room.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Well, I didn't even look because there's literally nothing to find in the other two rooms.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So in this room, I'll say in one of the other person's, one of the people's belongings, you just find a communication, just confirming more about the fact that she was acting weird. Savannah Holmes acting strange, and just not acting herself. And one of the other doctors reported it, and they sent her off to be psychologically evaluated, but she passed with flying colors. So nothing else was mentioned about it.
Okay.
That's the only thing you find.
And then I guess after all that, depending on how long it's taking Arthur to do that, I'd probably meander over to where the silo is.
Yeah. Okay.
And is this an open door, or is there something I have to do to activate this door?
It's shut right now. There's a door control on the south face there, and there's a warning on the door. There's a holo warning on the door that says warning potential radiation levels or potential heightened radiation levels.
Okay, not gonna touch that then.
Okay.
Yeah. So just radioing in like either to the doctor or to Arthur. This silo has a warning of increased radioactive activity. Do you have any ideas what they might be storing beyond these doors?
You didn't see anything on the maps when you were previously hacking attempts or anything about this area as far as radiation, or actually you didn't see anything on this laboratory about radiation testing in any way.
They wouldn't have their own like miniature nuclear power plant, would they?
No, nothing here requires anything on the equivalent of fission reaction.
Back on the comms with Dale.
Fusion.
Can I make a smarts roll just to see if I come up with anything?
Smarts are common knowledge. What kind of roll are you trying to come up with? You trying to make a roll about fission?
Something I learned in science class.
Well, that'd be a science roll then.
Okay. So there's a science skill. So I don't have that. So it'd be
unskilled then.
Son of a bitch. All right, hold on.
Way to not pay attention.
Spencer doesn't know.
Fuck.
Unless you spend a penny.
You could reach out with your mind and mind power.
What about your adventure cards? Don't forget your adventure cards, fellas.
I don't want to use my adventure card right now.
I don't blame you. I mean, it could be nothing, guys.
Well, I'm going to reach out to Dale to see if he knows.
All right.
Like, so on the same token of them, they're not knowing anything, like, radio him back up and, hey, Dale, this room at the east end of the plant here, it says it has higher radioactive activity in it. What is on the other side of these doors?
He says it's on the maps. It just says it's an old missile silo before this was a converted research laboratory. That's all it says. It says those computers are off the grid.
And you've
the radiation levels or radiation warnings are probably from when it was an old missile silo.
And you've never seen anybody using these doors before?
Oh, I don't get down to the Buggle Lab very much, but I don't think I know of anybody on staff that works down in any kind of missile silo or anything.
Well, do me a favor while we have a little time to kill. Go through the video footage and see if you can find anybody coming in or out of these doors in the last 24, 48 hours.
All right, sure.
That wouldn't be where they keep the bugs, would it? Wasn't that a different place? The lab?
Well, I mean, the explosion bugs were in here.
Oh.
But other than that, I have no idea.
Okay.
And while I'm waiting for any kind of response, I'd end up just rejoining everybody over here.
All right.
So Levi, can we leave because there's a bomb in that crazy dead chick's head and there's radiation down the hall?
Not in the Trey's dead chick's head anymore. It's probably in Arthur Hakel's
It's
hand.
in my bag.
Okay, it's in his bag.
Well, my character's not even paying attention because he's like, my head hurts and you guys are playing around.
Yeah, as he says that, I'll pull the chip out and show it to him. No, it's right here.
Come on, man.
Uh,
Trying to get us killed.
Arthur, make a notice roll.
Also, how do you scale tokens?
They should auto scale.
If you knocked it out of scale, then you can control and then use mouse wheel. It appears that the child, it's not appropriate. He's more teenager. He's very very kind of shooken up by what's happened. You know, what's happened to him.
Me waving the explosive device in his face isn't helping. Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
by the fact that he just got beat up by a synth agent, you know. Maybe it's all just piled on top of him. You know, the fact that he just almost got blown up by a bug bomb and, you know, he's 15. You know, sorry, 14.
Really should have stayed in school. You'd have learned all about bullying.
I'm like, I would love to be in school right now. Literally nothing good has happened to me since I got on that damn ship. I thought you guys were like the fucking Red Cross or some kind of peaceful.
That's
keep
what I thought too.
punched in the head.
Are you dead?
Not yet.
Exactly. What you complaining about?
That's as good as any of us can say.
Okay, because I'm almost dying. A lot.
Yeah, well, the first one wasn't really our fault. But
Okay, will you motherfuckers keep splitting hairs? I'm gonna go for a minute.
Spencer, for one, language. For two,
Don't.
you do interplanetary travel and you're talking about near-death experiences. Do you realize how minute of a degree of error that there is in this type of travel? This right here, our likelihood of survival here is far greater.
My
than any
character
sort of
is
travel.
already in the barracks laying down. You can see right there.
That's fine.
He's
I'll be
laying down.
following and talking to you the whole time.
You're an asshole. I locked the door.
Nice.
Lock the door behind me.
Nice.
Like, come get me when you're done with your bomb thingy radiation shit.
So what do you say we all hide? And when he comes out,
I can hear you. I know what you're thinking.
Because he's psychic. Nice. Okay, so what's next, guys?
Well, Arthur would like to see what's behind these doors.
Which doors?
The silo doors.
Okay.
big ones that may or may not contain radioactive bugs.
Radioactive bugs?
What? That's just Jeremy talking.
There's a radiation warning, but yes, you can go in there, sure.
hey, does Arthur have a radiation suit or anything?
No, he does not.
Hey, there's a clue. It doesn't look like there's a closet of radiation suits right outside on the side of the door. That's a good sign.
True.
Where?
They're not just like right next to Arthur, like on our sides of the door that say, "Hey, radiation."
That seems like a good use for a Benny. A declaration.
I mean, no, what I'm saying is that means they don't expect people to walk through the doors because of the radiation, or they don't expect there to be radiation anymore.
Bingo. In other
How
words,
old is
it's
this?
not there unless you spend the Benny. So
How old is this poster? Or
it's a holo. It's a holo display.
Oh, okay.
So it's hovering over the door slightly. But I will say that it's
Here.
like it's flashing, like it's like in ill repair.
I have
Yeah.
spent a Benny, and there are rad suits in a closet next
Well,
to
there
the
you
big
go. The consoles to the north of it. There's a little hidden closet to the north on the other side of the door. Yep. And there you go. You can find a couple rad suits in there.
Arthur will put on a rad suit, and then I guess he'll have to hotwire the door.
Yes, it's in definite lockdown. Yes, you'll have to hotwire the door.
Before he does that, is there
Because the whole area will
way
get flooded with radiation.
Yeah, but is there a way we can isolate the room just outside of there?
Well, you'll have to close the door behind to y'all.
What if we close the doors, the two sets of doors that are
You can
on
do
our
that.
side of the big engine?
You don't know if
Towers.
they're
Right.
like laced to the material to like protect against the type of radiation. But
Well, we could also just walk stage west off of the map, I suppose.
yeah, you can
and
just
start
leave
heading
this
back that
zone
way.
and just like
But-
leave him to die if he.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
got
you
the
can just
doctor
bail
with
on
him, right?
Yeah, another person could put on the other rad suit. Sure.
All right, Doc.
Go with the doc, the NPC.
If he gets radiation sickness, you're the only one that's going to know how to
No,
handle
the
it.
doctor says, he says, no, I made a promise to Mary Jo to take care of her son back on the ship. I'm not dying here because y'all want to explore some missile silo. That ain't part of the mission.
But it could be.
Part of Arthur's mission. All right, he's you guys close the door and
So it'll be
everything?
one of you guys if you want to put on the other rad suit.
Sorry, I'm good. I'm still on comms though, so
Alright.
I can hear
Very
you
useful.
scream.
So you guys close all the doors, and then Matt, I need you to hotwire that door if you want to open it up.
All right.
All of this, and he'll just fail doing that.
All right, so the door, it takes him 15 minutes, and the door slides open, and of course the suit immediately starts like pinging radiation.
There is radiation.
You start getting immediately hit with about 50 rims of radiation every second.
How much? I mean, I assume Arthur would know whether that's a lethal dose in a suit like this or not.
Well, the suit starts taking 50 rims of radiation. The average human is only supposed to take about 500 rims per year.
Okay.
If that gives you an idea. So
You got 10 seconds before it's lethal.
well, yeah,
Well,
the
that's what
suit's taking this though. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
he is going to run over to this console over here, and first he's going to be looking down this this pit, see what he sees.
You close
down
the
there,
doors
but
behind you?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
He's going to look down the pit as he runs over to the computer console.
All right. Okay.
Does he see anything down the pit?
The pit is blackness, and it leads down deep, deep, deep. Okay. And the computer console. The computer console seems to. It seems to track some sort of device or object that you think is located at the bottom of this pit. It seems to analyze it, or at least monitor it.
Interesting. Are these little green orbs just lights, or do they stick out as something?
You
odd?
believe they're monitors of some kind.
Okay. All right. Arthur running over. This is a door, yes?
Yes.
Arthur is going to, I guess, try hot wiring that door.
Yeah, but it'll be a repair roll at a -2.
Okay. At this point, Is there any way of telling how much more the suit can take?
It's gonna take you. You figure you got about when you're over there at that door. You figure you got about 20 more minutes.
Okay.
So you got 5 minutes after you probably hotwire the door.
Okay.
All right, so you hotwire the door, and the door shifts open, and you see a long, like rough-hewn tunnel leading straight up. Sorry, not straight up. Straight out, and it's rough-hewn, and it looks like a long ways away. When the light eventually fades, it looks like it might be slightly turning up.
Okay, he's going to venture a little ways into the tunnel and see if only like a minute and a half into the tunnel to see if the
You close the door behind you?
radiation lessens. Yeah.
You close the door behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, if you close the door behind you, you immediately see the radiation drop off.
Oh, okay. So I found this tunnel that looks like it leads a little bit up, but there's no radiation here.
You guys can make out what he's saying, but it's very staticky. Very staticky, and you're missing a few words here or there. There seems to be some kind of like interference, but you can make out what he's saying.
Arthur, do you have a weapon with you?
I have my taser pistol. What's it called? Stunner pistol. And I have some foam grenades. I have a riot staff too. Forgot.
Foam grenades sound like you're going to kill yourself in a tunnel.
Hmm.
Do you have any light? Can you see?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Unless you have a
No.
light source, the light probably faded when you shut the door behind you.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think I'm going to have to come back.
I mean, the rad suit might have a flashlight on it, but we'll say it doesn't since you already come back.
Okay.
Make sure you dispose of the suit and clean up and all that before
Yeah,
you come
the
out
suit
to us.
would be irradiated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna head down into this little nook here.
Yep.
He's gonna take off the suit and throw it in a corner.
All right. Cool. Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, unless there's someplace you're supposed to dispose of. I mean, if they're
You don't-
radiation
you don't know
suits,
where it goes.
Surely there's.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
There
supposed
should
to
be
bite the
something.
gloves and just take them off with your teeth. You know.
yeah, so your teeth fall out later. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's standard.
Or you grow more.
No, that only happens in movies. Yeah.
No, you'll grow cancer. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
My
so,
cancer looks like a finger.
Ah.
Arthur tells them what he found, the strange device that's being tracked or analyzed, and that there's a tunnel. But that's not sure what to do with that. So he came back.
I don't know what to do with that either, boys.
I'm going to say this purposefully loud enough so Spencer hears me. We should send Spencer in the other suit and get some rope and hoist him down the silo.
Like Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible.
Something
It's
tells
the only
me
way we could
not
truly
like
be
that.
sure what's down there.
You hear me moving like a shelf or something heavy in front of the door.
Well, I
Nice.
guess it's time to start heading out the way we came in.
Agreed.
Once all the grinding and grunting stopped,
Yeah,
like, okay.
yeah. It's moving away from the door.
So it's a good time to mention that you have. I want to just mention that even though that definitely that is interesting what you learned in there. Well, we lost Cliff on video. Oh, he's back. All right. It's definitely interesting what you learned. I know you don't quite understand what you learned, but you can use it as leverage if you ever want to. What you learned in that room. Information is power. If you ever feel the need to.
I'm sure Ashton figured that part out.
Yes. But just FYI, it definitely seems strange and very secretive, what you just discovered. Now, so you guys head out, and when you head back out, definitely things are obviously they're not what was once. Well, it was kind of quiet before because you guys were sending the signal that was counteracting the signal she was sending out. So now it's that similar quiet, but just as a reminder, you hear fighting or gunfire in the distance. At this point, actually, you didn't hear it before, but you do hear it now. You hear it in the distance, coming from the north side, and it's coming from near the base. And so, what do your characters do? You get to the you get to your landing shuttle, and you believe this might be what they spoke of earlier, which was essentially they were having a hard time taking control of the situation over at a supply depot. So, but they were handling it, or at least doing the best they can to handle it. And so what do your characters do?
So first, as we were heading out, I would see, did Dale ever find anything as far as info on the video of the silo?
No one had came in and out in the last 24 to 48 hours.
Okay. After that, while we're still exiting out of this labyrinth of an area, I would be trying to make contact with the director, and basically giving him a status update of crazy bitch, she's dead. She was the one that started all this, and then letting him know that we were able to subdue everything that was happening from inside. But that's kind of where my
Right.
game would be all on the political play.
Right. Okay. And okay, so Director Barris then responds, and he kind of corresponds with you, and you catch him up on all that stuff, and he tells you that since you seem to want to just kind of handle this like quickly, we'll just kind of like say that he says that we could use help over there at the temporary base that we've set up outside the military facility. We can use help with the wounded. Can we borrow Dr. Jack Breach?
What was the status of the kid when we came over here? Was the kid stable and like just needed long-term kind of care?
Yeah, he already did his healing check he can on him. He just
Okay.
needs long-term care. So,
Okay.
yes.
So there's not like another I was asking from the kids. You get the point. Never mind.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I mean, then I'd confer with the doc, like, I know that you are still trying to get away from your past and everything that happened, but there are people here that could use you, and you may be a good asset to them. But just remember that everybody has their own motives.
He says, can't sit idly by and not do anything while I've got wounded over there. So, let me go, guys. Let me go help people. Thank you, Aston, for paying my debts. I'm indebted to you. But I gotta go
Yes,
help.
you are.
But I gotta go help.
It was
Captain.
nice working with you.
Captain,
Good luck.
thanks.
Now we need to find a new doctor.
Director Barris says, he says, I'm going to speak to you guys as soon as we finish up this stuff. Finish up this ordeal going on over at the base. But from what I understand, you guys are going to need a few days to repair. Hopefully, we'll have this stuff cleaned up in the next 24 hours. So, do what you want. Head back to your ship. Whatever. The town is pretty safe right now. Everything is kind of isolated over there by the base and the North Supply Depot. So, do what you need to do in town. We don't need outside operators and contractors handling this business. We've kind of got it all under control, or at least to the best of our abilities. And of course, Astra Unum is not someone we want to get involved in with this. We appreciate your help immensely with what you already did. We'll find a way to repay you. I've already got a plan in mind to help you. A plan in mind to settle this debt. I'll meet you over at your ship before you guys leave the space. All right?
And you still plan on sending men to assist with the repairs, right?
Yes. You'll hear from me in about 24 hours.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right.
I'm gonna send Spencer the Wikipedia link to like first aid and field medicine.
He did say he wanted to be in school.
Not funny.
Hey, someone
We
might have
need
to
a
do
new
it.
doctor, kid.
Someone might have to do it.
Just whatever. Just go in my. I go in the medical bay, which is doubling as my room, I guess.
Well, you
No, it
you
is
probably have your own
definitely
passenger
not.
quarters. Yeah.
Probably have my own quarters. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has their own quarters. But
Yeah, I'll probably go in there anyway because I just want to like get a look at like what the hell happened to my head
Right.
and like change my bandages and all that kind of shit. And take like a fistful of aspirin. So.
Right. Okay. All right. So we are back at the ship, I'm assuming. You flew back to the ship then, and then we see him do that. And what about you guys? What do you guys do when you get back to the ship?
Take a break.
Take a much-needed break, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arthur is going to turn off the signal that was being emitted. Who knows what it may be doing to the bugs? Just to be safe.
Of course. You don't want any long-term harmful effects. The bugs. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so you guys may see some links. And on the ship now, you may actually see some more links, guys.
I do.
Yeah, check them out. I haven't quite finished it all yet. You may see some. Yeah, so they tell you a little bit about how the ship, some things in the ship. I tried to cover the important things first. At least the ship controls and that kind of stuff. And that went away for some reason. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I just kind of shared it with you guys so you guys can take a look at that. And for those people on the
Cool.
stream who are watching, they can also take a look at it and see what our ship looks like, the Griffin Explorer. And so this is the time for you guys to actually talk about, so what does the next 24 hours look like until things start to calm down for the Takis government and they resolve their current issue and you get a repair team out to your ship. So what does it look like for you guys?
So go ahead.
No,
No, I think for me, I'm just like relaxing and trying to just stay in my room. Unless anybody needs Spencer for anything, he's just, trying to recover. Kind of being a moody teenager. He feels like he's contributed quite a bit so far. So,
Right. Feels like he's done enough.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 10-4. Okay. All
He's
right.
being moody.
what about anybody else? Afton?
So, are there computers on the ship that could be used for like general research?
Yeah, the telemetry center, those other two computers aside, I didn't assign a purpose for those. I just kind of assumed they'd be for all manner of things in the ship. They don't have a
Perfect.
specific purpose. They just can be used for. Also, too, I mean, I don't know about. Oh yeah, each person's room has a computer, so I'm assuming those are computers in your rooms.
Oh yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
So, I guess from the privacy of my room would make the most sense to me. What would I have to roll to be able to do some research that basically I'm going to try to figure out all the information I can on the center that we were just in, the history of it, what it used to be used for. Um, Basically, just spend my time digging and gathering intel as much as I can.
interesting. Okay. All right. Sweet. Okay, then that will be a. I guess it'll be. Let me check skills here. Wrong page. On the wrong. They remove a skill? Oh, it'd be. I think it'd be since you're at a computer and you're doing it. I think it would be the research skill. Yep, the research skill.
That
So
I somehow, a book smart person like me, does not have.
yeah. Well, maybe it's because you're impatient. Actually, we had that conversation. Actually, I think because you don't like you're impatient at a computer. We had that talk actually. Remember?
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Cool. I'm going to run unskilled and be absolutely successful.
So after what? How long before he gets impatient and gives up on his
like
search?
15, 20 minutes most.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. So he goes down the link trail and he gets into the complex history of what Takis was before they broke away from Geneva. And after link of leading down a rabbit hole that didn't get him where he wanted to go, he eventually throws in the towel. And
This is stupid.
yes. So, bummer. Okay. 10-4. All right. So, bummer. All right. So, now what about Arthur, Haeckel, or Levi? Anything you guys are doing for the next 24 hours?
Well, I think Arthur is going to be looking into the components he got from the assassin.
Okay.
To make sure the bomb is not going to accidentally go off in any manner.
Mm-hmm.
And then come up with a way that we can activate it however we want to.
Yeah. Okay.
He would research the serial number, but he doesn't have the research skill either. So maybe later.
Scientist didn't take the research skill. That's funny. All right.
He's going to.
Funny. All right. But yeah, you can. The rest of the stuff you can feel confident about. Like and as far as the figuring out the individual components. Yeah, I'm not gonna break down what they are individually. Just write down spare electronic components, and then if I at some point in the story say oh, you're missing electronic components for some reason, something broke down on the ship, you can be like, well, I've got these. Would these work?
Okay.
And then we can just use it. It basically gives you a tool to use in that situation. Now, as far as the rigging it to a different triggering device, you just tell me what kind of triggering device that you want to rig it to, and we can make a repair roll and maybe make it happen.
I don't know. What do you guys think? What sort of You want like a little remote with a button?
A
What do
dead
you
man
guys think?
switch?
Yeah, detonation. Dead man switch.
Makes sense.
I'm completely fine with just chucking it and shooting it.
Unless you miss. Also, the explosion is going to be quite a wide radius. So I don't think we want to be close enough to shoot it. I think this is more for like espionage, which we shouldn't be doing as Astra Unum, but who knows?
Well, luckily, I am not Astra Unum.
All right, I think he's gonna
Not
rig
yet.
it to like a remote switch.
All right.
With a little cover so you don't accidentally hit it.
Okay, I'm not going to give you any penalties. But if you get a critical failure on this,
It's over.
you want to do it on the ship?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's fine. I'll
He's
just blow the
confident in his
ship.
skills. Yeah,
All right.
okay.
Well, then you did amazing. You triggered it to a. So just put it as. Just write it on your character sheet as. Just write it on your inventory as remote trigger brain bomb, and I'll give it some actual stats and
Okay.
damage later. I don't think you're gonna be detonated in this game, so.
With a 9 roll, that thing's got voice activation controls and everything.
Yeah. Now, what about Levi?
Levi wants to. Okay.
Is he sitting in the
Levi
first?
wants-
Is he sitting in the first chair for the first time?
Oh no, he is in the semi-empty cargo hold where he has his bits of armor and whatnot that he's toying with, and playing along or trying to work his way towards building an actual like semi-powered armor to powered armor, whatever, eventually. And but he would also like to, over the course of the day, go back to town and just sort of talk to people about, or like a scrapyard guy, and see what kind of random bits he could find, specifically looking for a small sensor suite
A small
Or-
sensor suite.
or other random like ex-military gear that might be interesting, that's just sort of like raw materials for working towards the suit of armor.
Small sensor suite. What is that? Which book is that in?
That is in the Science Fiction Companion, and it is, where'd it go? There it is.
Personal equipment.
Yeah, it's a handheld
Yeah.
optical chemical blah blah blah, like a tricorder type thing is what I'm
Yeah.
guessing it is. For,
Yeah, I follow
helps
you.
with noticing things.
Very cool. And you want to see if you can get a hold of one.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. I will say that will be a wealth roll.
Yeah.
And yeah, should be no penalty. Yeah. I'll say that even since you're getting in a junkyard, I'll even give you a +1 at it.
Do wound modifiers go towards wealth rolls?
Probably.
Yeah,
That's
because you're
fine.
kind of
I'm just
haggling.
checking.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't
you're kind of
realize.
haggling. Really,
Yep.
wealth is kind of like you're haggling with someone. So I would say so.
Okay, so I'm not at just a 0 then, since you gave me a +1. Whoosh. Wah, wah.
Okay, so here's how wealth works. Okay, so if you fail, you can choose to get the item. But you'll go flat broke, which
That
would
is
make your
not worth it.
right. Or you can just say that he's offering way too much. He wants way too much money for the item, and I don't want to get it, and I don't
Can
want to
I
take it.
just-
Or you can just spend a Benny and try to re-roll.
I would like to spend a Benny and try that again.
Yeah, because you only missed about
modifier.
one.
Oh, sure. Why does... Okay, I picked up... Oh,
You didn't put the modifier in there.
And
Yeah,
out of
well,
curiosity,
it automatically put the... How to what now?
Out of curiosity, so if I know that you're trying to barter about something, is there any way that I could assist him in doing this?
If Levi told you in advance, I mean, that'd be up to him.
I definitely did not.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Probably should have.
Okay, so you go back to bargaining with him over the price, and he says, "That's the price. Since you're not willing to pay it, then I guess I'll just hang on to this. Someone else will come along that wants it." And then he
Okay,
just takes
sorry.
the sensor suite and just slides it back under the table.
yeah. Well, maybe next time. Just don't have it right now. Thanks. And I'll trying to be like cordial. Like I know I pissed him off, but not trying to piss him off more and just politely leave.
Right. And he says, "Your coin's still good. I got other items if you're interested."
I don't know that I have anything else specific. Just
Well,
like
he's probably got weapons, armor. I mean, you can see.
yeah, I don't know that I have enough. I don't have any of those picked out because they're all super expensive.
Okay.
How
So-
long is our downtime?
Well, just 24 hours until your repair crew comes out. But yeah, you're gonna have plenty of downtime after that.
I
You
mean,
guys
'cause
can go
Arthur-
ahead and spend your advance if you want to.
Cool.
Well, Arthur was thinking of seeing if he could acquire the lab equipment, but he was thinking of just asking the repair crew if they had any leads on such things or anything like that. But if we have
Okay.
24 hours before they show up,
What kind of lab equipment are you wanting?
I'm not sure. Stuff to help him. Science equipment.
So you're wanting to upgrade the ship. You're wanting to add on to the ship, like a.
Yes, essentially, yes.
All right, you're wanting to add like a science station or something like that to the ship, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you might can convince Director Barris. Okay. All right. This will happen. So when the repair crew comes out, you can talk to Greg, who was the guy doing the repairs, and see if he knows anybody. And then I'll talk to you about other alternatives after what you talk to him. So, all right. So we'll jump to head when the repair crew comes out. So Greg comes out with his guys, and I described Greg as a thin-bearded, black-haired man with a bit portly, but not overly so. And he comes out with some guys, all of them in coveralls and such. And all of them have that familiar black speckled stain to them, but not tremendously so because these guys do mechanic work mostly. They're right up in like a cargo type truck filled with various equipment and that sort of stuff, and a handful of drones to help out with work. And I'll say that Arthur and Aston are both outside when he arrives. Maybe Arthur's taking a look at the ship and any kind of repairs that need to be made, so he can help Greg out when he gets there. And Aston, whatever he's doing, I don't know when they get there. And so they kind of like show up, and they just kind of like start like disembarking and start to walk over to you guys. They say, "Well, this looks like it was once a nice ship before she took a beating," Greg says.
She certainly is.
Levi's out there too?
Oh, I assumed so.
Okay, sure. All right. He says, I guess we can get started right away. We've got enough platelets in there to get started for the day, and then we'll keep making trucker runs each day to bring in more platelets. start on the hull repairs, and then we'll go through and check. Well, before we do the full hull repairs, we'll send a team through the maintenance tunnels, check for radiation leaks. Sorry, check for radiator leaks, that sort of thing. Don't need anything like that. It'll be a lot easier to do it while we're still doing the hull repairs. And of course, then we'll check all your subsystems, make sure they don't need any more work. We'll check power levels, make sure all the electronics and electrical lines are all running at optimum levels, make sure there's not any kind of shorts, that sort of stuff. I'm just kind of going through all the various work what we're going to do. So
Arthur speaks up and he holds out like, I don't know, data pad or something like they have in Star Trek. It's like, well, I made a list of things I've found. So here are these. It's probably not everything, but it's there. You won't miss them, at least.
Oh, good deal. He comes over. Greg comes over to you and brings over a couple guys with him and says, "This will give us a good starting point. Come on, guys. Let's start with this list."
Also, just as, do you guys know where we might be able to find some equipment to upgrade our science station?
Well, I might have a few things, a couple things that you might could use, but Director Barris might can spare some things. I bet they have some supplies that are but you'd have to probably repair the pieces that you take from him though, because after all, you know about the bomb that went off. A lot of parts and stuff a lot of pieces of equipment have taken a lot of damage from the explosion. They'll probably be just doing complete replacements on everything. They might be willing to part with damaged pieces, and you could just take the damaged goods, and if you're willing to replace them and repair them, so yeah, and he'd be able to catch a good deal on them. So
sounds good. Thank you very much. That's what I was hoping to hear.
And how long do you think it's going to take to get this thing back off the ground?
Well, with the number of guys I got, 8 days. If you can get some more people, well, it depends on how many guys you get us. Well, I'm just assuming the hull repairs. I don't know about subsystems. I can't get in there until I get in there and look and see what you got as far as damage. Looking at this data pad, an extra day on subsystems. If Arthur's, been thorough on his analysis.
So I don't understand anything that you're talking about. I just understand 9 days. Got
9
it.
days. Yeah.
Well, Levi, you have any plans for what we're going to do for this week plus we're here? Do you guys have to radio back to your bosses or anything to let them know what's going on?
Levi, you did tell Astra Unum that you did arrive and you did drop off the supplies, but you haven't heard back from them yet as far as new mission or anything.
Okay.
It's not uncommon to not hear back for a few days. I mean, because of the limitations of communication in this system. I mean, it's only been, like 2 days. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, well, what we normally do while we're waiting for the next set of orders is poke around and see what kind of odd jobs we can help with around here. And since we really need to get the ship repaired, that's probably what I'm thinking right now. I know you want to get out of here quick, but
He was so excited to leave.
Out of character. So is Greg the one that we met in Redmond?
Yeah, he was the one that worked in the drone garage, the drone repair garage. Yes.
Okay. And we haven't made any other contacts that are mechanics.
No, not really. But he's got his whole staff with him. But remember, you're supposed to hear back from Director Barris today. So
I think he said he was there with him.
No, it's just him and his guys right now. But he'll be arriving today or reaching out to you guys today with his whole staff and potentially be giving you guys, because you no longer hear fighting and gunfire over at the facility. So they probably wrapped up what was going on down there. So you'll probably be hearing back here soon about potential rewards for helping him out and that sort of stuff. So, and probably bring in some more help for you guys. So
cool. But I'm gonna go sulk.
Sulk. Nice. Love it.
Me too.
Okay, it sounds like we can just jump ahead to Director Barris arriving while you're sulking. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, we'll jump. Actually, good time to take a break. So it's 9:30. We'll take our halfway point break. So, all right. So we'll take a break, everyone. So we shouldn't be gone very long. We'll just take a break, like a quick 5-minute break or something like that, just to use the restrooms and stuff. So please stick around. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. So we will be right back.